Kings.
Seems like for both these teams, the idea is that, oh, we tried that sustainable build, the healing heavy build before. Maybe it's not that. So now with two assassins right here, the jungle neutral objective contest is going to look so different. It's going to be very steel heavy, mechanically heavy. And Keyboy now trying to make the most of this Kaja pick, but he might just get punished.
Ooh, flicker already early on.
Wow.
From Keyboy. Now we take a look at the emblems by Dunia Games, Arashi.
Well, Keyboy doesn't have that pull yourself together, so he's still going to be agility, wilderness blessing, trying to match the movement speed, but Mathilda and the Lilia are going to be a lot more active roaming around. What's important to note, though, is the tenacity is available for ONIC. They're expected to go up against burst damage, and CW is going with an Inspire. It's potentially outplay potential, but it's very risky.
I like how you mentioned that, right? Because that's the entire theme that we saw from the early phase of GEEKFAM's draft. They want to be able to control this early game, and the question is how? The question is through really quick wave clear in the mid side. Already Lilia alone is super quick, but in addition with Beloyski on the Matilda, it also gives a little layer, but Kyrie wants to punish in the bottom lane. Doesn't necessarily get it just yet, but it does kind of even it out in this particular lane that CW is supposed to lose.
This is how you get a win on that 1-1, right? You're so weak in lane that you are a bait, literally, that you can utilize to get the opposing jungler or gold laner aggressive, and that way you can create a lot of kill pressure for the assassin.
CW special.
CW special.
CW special. So the question is, what happens in the EXP lane? But wait a minute.
Let's see, it's Nile jumping in with a puncture, only onto the mid lane. Oh, some good damage. Placed onto Sans as Kyrie jumps in with the cables. A boy taking very low, forced to use the black shoes. But ONIC are forced back here after that burst of damage.
So back to that question. If this is what we're expecting from the mid, that's what we were expecting from the gold lane. What are we expecting from the EXP lane?
This is an all-out brawl until later on, where the Edith can maybe do some more DPS, but Beloyski, pre-level 4 now, Boost trying to capitalize!
Appraisers, Wrath, oh, even in the bottom lane, it's Sans who picks up the kill. That bait has worked out. Now Kyrie jumping in, not able to find it, but a taunt from Boots knocks Niall up with the help of that skill too. ONIC picks up a kill for a turtle.
Ooh, in the bottom lane though, that was also a multifaceted play from ONIC. They target the player on the top side, but then they use that global presence to be multiple areas at once. And with the one kill picked up by CW, that could be more, unless GEEKFAM tries and find a way to curb the snowball, because Mirko knows for sure, man, if the 1-1 gets rolling, it's very troublesome to deal with all this mobility.
It looks good so far, especially with how much presence Keyboy is utilizing in the jungle. That constant wave pressure.
Divine Judgment into the immobility right now and into the burst of Kyrie on the Fanny. That's why it's a signature pick, and that's why even the 1-1, though weak, CW makes it work here. A dive all the way to the back. All the weakness points have been popped, and we do have a talent prediction here up and ready again.
2 versus all. Kabe and Ranger Mas, the only two from the side of GEEKFAM. But again, this is the thing, right? If they wanted to utilize the gold lane to find a winning lane, the fact that Kyrie is so quick at it to make things just in the favor of ONIC time and time again, does that not deny the entirety of the winning condition of GEEKFAM's composition?
The gold lane, huh? I guess they're relying more on the Matilda later on, but this is a bit of the matchup here. Can GEEKFAM really use the guiding wind efficiently enough to be a problem for Kyrie? Or is Kyrie just way too good, way too precise with the cables as Keyboy here? So moving around with as a bit of a deterrent in case he just goes on at play. The gold differences by UBS gold right here though. Didn't get to really take a good look at it, but CW is definitely quite ahead, and that's not ideal. We talk about win conditions. Marky is also high up there for GEEKFAM.
Significant advantage for CW now. Whoa, very aggressive maneuver, but CW looks like he's going for it. That's the worldie to cancel it out. The Keyboy's looking for that Divine Judgment. A good flicker out from Beloyski as the hard guard gets placed down. Good resource burnt out. Now, which one was worth it? The hard guard or the flicker from Beloy? Wait a minute, Keyboy's looking for the Divine Judgment once again. A good throw, Rose, oh! In the midst of a guiding win! They still find it, and it's on Nile, and it's CW who finds the kill now. Final crossbow tang, not translated over. It's Kyrie though, picks up the scraps in the back line. Now it's Kyrie under the turret. Has the cut throw, will wait for it. It's a good stun by Marky, but it's not enough. Boots picks up the kill. It's 6-0 for ONIC.
Look at the turret aggro juggle right there. Even Kyrie, when he realizes, okay, my time is done, I've done all my damage, just stays there, takes a bit more turret shots to ensure that it's spread out evenly and it does not ramp up because every shot becomes even more painful. But ONIC now, they're going to be contested in this turtle, and usually this is where the big moments really happen.
A few cables back and forth, a boy. And oh my god, so many cables coming in. It's still Nile who secures the turtle, but Beloyski will be taken out by a cutthroat. It's a killing spree for Kyrie. It's some damage placed down by Nile. But ONIC again, they'll give up the turtle for kills.
Is that worth it? I mean, we've seen it work. So in that particular
it's an orange buff steal.
Oh man!
From Keyboy, he's flexing. Keyboy is online here in the regular season. And now in the playoffs, what is going on with this man?
It's almost nostalgic to see this man on the Kaja.
You mean this boy?
This boy on the Kaja. Well, with Nile and Beloyski getting taken out more and more often, it's just dangerous, man. Without the Mathilda, if the Mathilda has no items, it's going to be dangerous. But CW now tries to go for an outplay.
Crossbow Tang is ready, pops it on Beloy with an Inspire. That's a delete. Now Divine Judgment coming on, bringing Luke back to the team. All the weakness points, so easy to pick off. And even in the back, what happened? Fanny in the mid lane. Kyrie gets a kill, boots zones. Nile away, 10-0.
Zero in 7 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the prowess that ONIC have right now, and they're looking for more. Nile barely has any say. Luckily, Keyboy doesn't have the Divine Judgment just yet, or that would have been as well another sure kill for ONIC. They're winning it out on all fronts. CW is snowballing. It's never a 2v1 situation when there's always constant lurk, constant presence from Sans that can come in at any time with a hard guard.
I would even say that this is a signature style for ONIC when they have an assassin, but oh boy, so squishy.
Brought back instantly, the black shoes, the crossbow attack, and it's Kyrie with a cutthroat. Now Luke, desperate maneuvers, but it's Kyrie with a double and Appraiser's Wrath, forcing Beloy to use that DCE, the defensive circling eagle.
It's just way too much damage, and Beloyski is powerless, man, no items. I don't know if the flash of the waste is completed just yet, but he is not able to do anything, and look at Nile, might get punished yet again here.
That's a Divine Judgment onto Nile. You make a wrong move, and CW eats you up. Calvin Winata.
They're going for more Miracle Beloyski.
Circling Eagle, boots against 4 in the front. The crossbow attack is ready, but it's on cooldown. And Appraiser's Wrath coming down. Luke gets an Earth Shatter, a brilliant one. Taunt. What is a Primal Wrath used for? Nothing. ONIC are making Geek look like absolute amateurs.
This is Sans on an Angela, and he was able to outplay that Lancelot and actually make it worth it for them, taking a pick onto Nile, and it's gotta be tilting if you're Nile at this point.
You almost feel bad for GEEKFAM though, because who could have seen this coming, right? Sans on an Angela? This is not that common. Kyrie on the Fanny, that's very difficult. But then CW on the 1-1. All these picks we haven't seen for a very, very long time throughout the whole playoffs. And now they're bringing it out, and they're out Mathilda-ing the Mathilda. They have the shielding, and they have more mobility on their own, and they're abusing it.
Luke say we have an onward. And wow, some damage. Keyboy jumps into the back, gets slain. That's the first kill on the board for the side of GEEKFAM right now, as that's going to be an all-out fight in the mid lane tier 2. Boots losing his life again. That's Nile, who picks up a double. Crossbow of Tang is their solution. Luke jumps in, but CW still able to escape now with the crossbow of Tang! It's turned around, 2-4-3.
Man, the crossbow of Tang is lethal. And despite the fact that 1-1, in a way, isn't as strong as she used to be, CW is just going in!
Calvin with nada! Kyrie! It's just the names of the players for ONIC.
What in the world? And they're looking for more. A boy might be in trouble here.
Oh boy, Black Shoes back in. CW, 1 HP, circling Eagle, the healing. CW finally shut down by Beloy.
Oof, took them long enough. And finally, a sliver of good news coming in. But the trouble ain't over yet. It's a shutdown on CW, but at this point, Kyrie is also an absolute menace. It's a game fact by Grab though. 8,121,600. The total number of seconds run throughout MPL Indonesia Season 12. A lot of action.
I thought they weren't gonna pull out any more fun facts.
That makes it 580? Was it? It was 578. There was another fun fact earlier, 579. This is 580. They're making a square number. Boots got a squared number. The players there is Tomb now. Nile versus Kyrie on the retreat. It's still Nile. Somehow, some way, 2 levels down, no problem. But now, The Divine Judgment always gets you. When you try to steal, Keyboy is there. And now it's a double for ONIC, who again are ignoring the neutral objectives and just taking fights.
You gotta give it to Nile though, right? Amidst all the chaos, amidst all the damage and the calamity, Nile 2 levels below of Kyrie, still able to secure it. And this is Nile on a Lancelot against a lot of crowd control coming in from Keyboy, Sans as well, and the kill pressure coming in from Kyrie. But if the game prolongs like this, if it keeps on going this way, trading the Lord for ultimately most of the lives of GeekFam, is it worth it?
That's a 4th item Berserker's Fury for CW in the 10th minute of the game. To say that he's fed is an understatement. Beloyski now jumps into the back, but you can see that that damage, that item discrepancy is shown. Papulo's on the camera. Even he wants a piece of the pie.
Where'd he come from?
Seems like he's nervous. First time on the camera, Papulo.
He looks so lost. That's quality content right there. But for GeekFam, they've done most of the things right. They used the crowd control to stop Kyrie, but to no avail. The last thing they wanted was all these picks, the 1-1, the Fanny, to snowball, but they can't do much. And even in the front line sustain, the Fredrin is just giving ONIC so much more value. 90 seconds on the clock, and you can see GeekFam, this is what happens when ONIC start getting so much mobility and so much damage. GeekFam are corralled, sticking together, but then they're not farming. This is time for ONIC to just keep farming all around the map and increase this gold advantage to a level where they can just brute force plays.
8,000 gold lead from the Sky Kings in what appears to be disastrous for GeekFam right now. Cornered into a position that is highly uncomfortable, highly unfavorable, and the stakes are ever so high. Match point, ladies and gentlemen, if nothing changes, this is it from GeekFam. This is the time for them to pull out all the stops. This is the time for Beloyski to use every single cell in his brain to look for a comeback.
It's time for BBB. Big Brain Beloy.
If Big Brain Beloy can come up with something, it's big indeed. But with no information, without any control, what is he supposed to do? There is no area in the map right here that he can abuse to try and get a pick off. And even if he does, the slippery nature of this 1-1 just makes that two-folds as difficult. And look at Nile. Even him with all the security as an assassin, he is just struggling to find anything to stay in the game.
So I think it's on everyone's mind right now. Is it even possible to come back from this?
Good question as Nile gets engaged on. Luke has the flicker but will not try to force it, and it is a flicker. No, a retry. Burned out by Nile as the Lord spawns in. 13 minutes in this game.
That's gonna be a free Lord, Mirko Arashi.
As the multifaceted threat, what can GeekFam do? They have no crowd control immunity, they have no saving tools, they have the guiding wind, but now with a 10-0 Fanny, with a 5-1 and 11 1-1, your allies don't last long enough to even take advantage of it. And even if they do, they can get caught with the Divine Judgment mid-flight, and that is a bit of a sneaky counter that we haven't seen, but ONIC, again, is completely abusing the fact that they're just ahead of the curve. They have more information than the rest of the teams seem like they do.
20-3. GeekFam are on the brink of extinction here. ONIC pushing forward with the Lord in the mid-side, looking for this opening, as this might be the final push.
Even the wave setup, man, it's on 3 waves altogether, but now Boots may be a bit too deep right here. GeekFam definitely wants to find something. They go for it.
An onward and earth shatter, but the hard guard is ready. Now it's going to be Kyrie jumping with the cables. Once again, a hard guard on the CW as he jumps into the back line. That's a cut through the Slayer boy. Luke gets an earth shatter on the 4. Boots gets slayed in the process. Marky gets the kill. CW still kiting in the back as the Phantom Execution gets used up defensively. Beloy with a circling eagle loses a lot of his HP as CW now is still able to run back and forth. Kyrie with some stunning cables. GeekFam have defended a 10,000 gold lead for ONIC, but 3 base turrets gone for GeekFam.
Oof, the danger that ONIC can just show to GeekFam, man, forcing Beloyski to flicker, but now
they're jumping in where the nature is ready. He pops it right there as Nile jumps in once again. Divine Judgment locks him down, and Nile should fall. No! He gets out with Beloyski's help, the guiding wind.
You see again the discipline there shown by ONIC. It seems like Nile was a free kill, but they know there's no need No neutral objective available. Nothing worth risking. The 10k gold lead. They can just go back, reset, and once again, entrap GeekFam, imprison them in their own base. GeekFam are now venturing out, trying to find something, but Kyrie knows the timings, he knows the buffs are available, and Boots has spotted it. He's gonna deny it even more.
Let's see if they try to go for anything too special. Nile, oh, some good damage, but CW actually ends up stealing that purple buff away from GeekFam.
It's a ticking time bomb. ONIC, they're waiting on the next neutral objective. And if they don't, all they need is a single mistake, a single opening that GeekFam can give them. A single sign of desperation for them to capitalize over. 10k gold lead for ONIC right now. Is there a moment in time where they can reach equilibrium despite the gold gap?
Well, the gold gap will start diminishing by about, I would say, 17 minutes usually, but that's if it's a normal game where your players are not just stuck in the base when they keep farming. So if ONIC just plays disciplined like this, which it seems like they're trying to do, especially with CW, man, he is respecting the damage potential. He has the Wind of Nature. He has the Rose Gold Meteor. He's trying to make sure that shutting him down is going to be the most difficult thing possible for Geek. But as always in Mobile Legends, it's never impossible. There's always a chance. It's a very slim one though, but GeekFam have done it before. Can BBB do it, man?
Can BBB do it? Keyboy, Flicker Divine Judgment onto a boy, loses his life. Beloyski now caught. Flickers out, the cable's on through by Kyrie. The crossbow attack as well from CW. This might as well be the moment. Luke with Primal Wrath, that's Niall. In the midst of it all, he denies the play, but ultimately he will be left to run. That's a kill over, that's one. The Marquee against the world, against ONIC.
Wow. CW is the only one taken down as Nile goes in once again, looks for an opportunity here.
Thorn Rose, puncture, all the way to the back. Now Sans, that's a phantom execution again. He's looking for the play, but the Divine Judgment finds its mark. ONIC have taken 4, they only lose CW.
It was a great moment, a great attempt by Nile, but it just wasn't good enough with Keyboy just ready. He has the fleeting time as well. The cooldown on the Divine Judgment is just too difficult for GeekFam to find a window of opportunity. But if the same result can be repeated, you can see the gold swing here. It was 9k to 10k. It shrunk due to the pickup on CW. GeekFam are catching up, and they have a lot of damage. A Bruno in the late game, a Lilia in the late game, a lot of AoE possibility, and ONIC with their assassin reliance on Kyrie. They do fall off a bit more, and if CW isn't there, the only real constant DPS output is that Fanny. So ONIC still, even though they are ahead, even though the Lord is with them, they need to be careful and not make a mistake here.
How do they do that though? They literally have zero lockdown. The only source of CC that they have is possibly Edith and Beloyski.
And then they have to bait. They have to try and wait for a moment where Kyrie or CW goes for a play and then attempt to punish it.
Hard guard, CW gets it. Now the base wide open. They're going to go straight for it. They're going to go for the end right now. But it's still going to be an all-out effort for GeekFam. That's a Thorn Rose on the Keyboy, taking him low. Puncture as well. Phantom execution, healed up. Boots taken very, very low. CW still able to cut away the Thorn Rose. Connects once again, but the crossbow attack is ready for CW. He doesn't quite get it onto Nile as he's able to evade for now. And GeekFam, against all odds, are still in this game, are still preventing the end.
Mahaka Square erupts. 19 minutes have elapsed and the game keeps on going. We've seen GeekFam in a very similar situation, in a very similar position before, and they have found miracles. And it's going to rely on that, a miracle play. Beloyski already posturing here, looking for information, gaining some ground. With 84 seconds left on the Lord, GeekFam, what can they look for?
They can just wait for defense and try and... They've been here before, turtling, defending, clearing the Lords, even though the game goes later and later.
Is Marquee ready yet? That's the question here.
I think at this point, he most definitely has the items, man. He still has the boots if he wants to switch it out, but he has the Wind of Nature. He has the Malefic Roar and the Has Claws. A whole lot of penetration, a whole lot of cables from Kyrie as well. But like I said, if he can withstand his damage and go for maybe a 1-2-1 trade, in a way, some of the members on GeekFam are more valuable than some of the members on ONIC. So maybe a 1-for-1 trade later in the game, playing one for the Death Timers could be a solution. but with the Divine Judgment in hands of Keyboy, that seems to be a solution that ONIC are more well equipped to try and take advantage of.
The longer the game goes, the more even the odds get. This is GEEKFAM's one and only way to win the game. It doesn't matter right now. 0-6, 1-7, 0-4. 0 impact. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. The gold lead does not matter. It all comes down to one moment.
I do wonder if in the end here, ONIC can go for a solo play on the side lanes. Because realistically, I don't think anyone here can really duel Kyrie. And who can really catch Kyrie? We talked about the lack of crowd control. But Beloyski might be trapped here.
Oh, whoa! He canceled the Divine Judgment with a flicker. A very rare sight to see. Beloyski out of all people.
And other than that, right, the hard guard has already been used as well right before this Lord take. GEEKFAM have successfully baited out a lot of resources. Let's see if it's enough.
That might be it. That might be the way for GEEKFAM. It all lies on Niall, who's been winning these Red Tree battles this game. But it comes down to one moment. No Divine Judgment. That's information that they have. Kyrie jumps into the mist. Luke getting a brilliant onward. Another shatter as well. The Primal Wrath. Niall, it's Keyboy! How did he get that? Niall gets a kill though. CW now in the midst of it all. Marquis dealing the damage. There's one more Regis point to pop. But they're all running away. And it's Luke! And it's Geek! And it's Sal's taken down! A shutdown! A turn of events! ONIC, they get the Lord, but they lose the fight!
And everything changes. With the Lord marching down in the mid side, they are going to be able to rush through it. But look at Kyrie. He's in the bottom line. He's looking for something. But it looks like Niall knows what's up. He's going to be able to clear it before anything special happens.
Earth Shatter comboed in, but it's a flicker Earth Shatter, not an Earth Shatter flicker. Very easy to read, so Keyboy reads it. One moment, reset it. Kyrie and Keyboy left to defend. 1 minute wave right now. It's an mobility. It's the Immortality packed, and now it's Keyboy clearing the wave. They have done it for now. It's a shutdown for Marquis. GEEKFAM, this one moment could seal it. Boots is respawning in 3. 10 seconds for CW.
Boots is up. Boots is coming back up. Will it be enough? There's no mini waves. Boots
Keyboy
needs to do it.
Gonna be shredded down. The crowd. Mahaka Square erupts. 1 second on San. CW is back up right now as he clears the mini wave. That's a hard guard coming down. That's the base wide open as there's one more cannon minion dealt with. GEEKFAM holding on, but so are ONIC. 3v5.
It's a miracle play coming in from both of these teams. When it looked like it was ONIC and ONIC's demise, they have been able to clear.
One moment, once again, Phantom Execution in the back line right now. It's Luke! CW with one nature, but it's not enough!